until my well runs dry. Send all your sins all over me, baby, baby.
What's poppin'? 3 wings and a biscuit with a side of mashed potatoes and gravy. It's me, Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I am here with my all tea, all shade Belle Collective Season 2, Episode 9 review. For any new subscribers, I drop videos Monday through Sunday. Yes, it stay lit over here with all of the behind the scenes tea, spill the tea, and all tea, all shade videos. If that works for you, then let's get into tonight's review. The episode kicks off exactly where we left off last week with Tamra making her exit, honey. She was like, I am exiting stage left, not about to do it. She said she was not going to entertain Tysha because she was going home to Damon and she can stay there at Marie's event, honey, because she got the man and she don't, pretty much. So Marie was like, what is going on? What happened? And Aikisha, I guess, must have tried to follow Tamra or whatever, or talk to her because she was coming back into the private room. And Aikisha was like, you know, I'm about to go because if we're protecting the collective, Tamra is a part of the collective. Even I have issues with her, but I'm not about to do this. And when she made that statement, it seemed like I'm not about to be involved in no mess, like no ambush type of situation. So Tysha was like, but I was invited here. And she was like, and you're directing this to me. I didn't know who was going to be here when I was invited. Now, I call bullshit on that. I think she knew damn well who was going to be there. I think that it was agreed that she would come there to confront Tamra. I think that was a situation that was brought on by her and Marie. I think Marie knew about the situation. I think Marie knows exactly what has been said and what's been going on. You're not going to tell me that Leticia hadn't told Marie, and Marie is supposed to be one of her closest friends, and you ain't ran down everything with her. Make it make sense. No, I think that it was damn well meant for her to come there to have her moment with Tamra. And I feel like Tamra shouldn't have ran. I feel like if you're 100% confident in what your nigga been telling you, you saying that you've seen text messages and all of this type of stuff, and it was never like that between them, then what you run for? Okay, girl, I saw everything with my own 2 eyes. You're flat out lying. As a matter of fact, let me call my nigga right now so he can tell you to your face that you're lying, and we can get this shit done and over with right now. And never got to talk about this shit no more because you're not about to play with me. Running makes it seem like there is something there to hide. So Marie makes it clear that, you know, she was the one that invited Tysha or whatever, and she didn't really know the extent of what was going on between them. And Aikisha was like, but she's the one who we've been talking about. And Marie was like, yeah, I knew about it, but I didn't know to what extent, because from what I last knew was that Damon or Damon, whatever the nigga name is, you know, set everything straight. And Tysha is the one that, you know, does all of my decor for my parties or whatever. So it's not unusual for her to be at my events. But Aikisha in her confessional was like, you know, I'm not going to entertain a side chick at this point. That's what she is to me. She came here to confront Tamra. And I'm like, I felt like she was involving herself in something that didn't have anything to do with her, and she was being disrespectful to Tysha, because what if Tysha is telling the truth and she was being lied to and bamboozled by Damon, just as Tamra was, and you're being rude and kind of condescending towards her, and in your confessional calling her a side chick, this, that, and the third, or whatever. So I just felt like Aikisha was doing team too much. And like you said, you got your own issues with Tamra, with her allegedly lying on you. So now it's making me feel like, was Tamra ever lying on you? I don't think she ever was lying on you, because you showed caping for somebody, like you just said, that allegedly lied on you. So make it make sense, because none of this makes sense to me, child. So Leticia was like, Marie invited Tysha, like, you talking about protecting the group, I didn't even know she was going to be here, because Leticia thinking like everybody thinking like she was in on this, and she wasn't in on it at all. So Marie was like, so it's understood that y'all were dealing with him at the same time. And Taisha was like, yeah, like the timeline, somewhere, somehow, we were fucking with Damon at the same time. So Marie was like, well, who's going to admit to their woman that they was cheating with somebody else? Like, ain't no man going to admit that. And Taisha was like, but that's not even the case, though, because she was engaged to somebody else. And baby, Leticia face dropped like, what? And I believe that Leticia didn't know, because that was a genuine expression of shock. Like, what in the fuck is going on here? Like, what is happening? What is going on? So Taisha was like, I'm just going to go. Let me go ahead and leave. And that lets me know that that's the reason why she came there, to confront Tamara. Because why you leave if you came for the festivities? Ain't nobody else left, so why you leaving? So she leaves. Aikisha has left at this point. And Leticia was like, you know what, Marie, if you would have told me she was going to be here, I would have put you up on game and let you know how deep this shit really ran. But you're not going to make me believe that Leticia hadn't told Marie everything. I just don't believe that. So then we see Latrice at her brother's house. She says that she's been there for over a week because her and Zeddy been into it over this whole baby situation. And she tells her brother that she feels like he's always trying to keep her constrained and have control over her life and what she does. And her brother was like, you need to talk to him and put him in his place and let him know that his word ain't the end all be all. Like, you have a say so in this as well. And y'all need to come to some type of, conclusion together. And I agree with what her brother was saying. And I'm like, well, maybe if you stop calling him daddy, he would stop treating you like you his daughter. Like, maybe that's one of the issues. He already could be your daddy. You calling him your daddy, and you don't think he gonna act like he your daddy? Okay, girl. So it's the day of Aikisha's event. She's having an estate holders luncheon with all of the prominent women in Jackson to discuss her vision of Farish Street. All of the ladies come, and it's kind of like a brunch vibe. And Leticia peeps that, and she feels in her confessional that Aikisha is trying to one-up her and like show her how it's done. I think that from what I've seen, as far as Leticia's brunches are really nice. I think that they're a little small. It just normally is like just one table of women from what I can remember, but they're still very nice. I think that Aikisha's was very nice and well organized and things of that nature. So Aikisha then gets up, does her presentation, and shows her vision of Farish Street with the presentation on a projector showing, the businesses and things that she envisions to be on that piece of land. And I really hope that they can get this off the ground and get investors to come in, especially with Jackson State football there, and all the attention that the city gets now with the football and all of that type of stuff. I really think that they can make Farish Street like a thing, for the kids to hang out, shopping, restaurants, all of that type of thing. I think that would be really truly nice. So afterwards, Leticia and Marie take Tamara to the side, and Marie lets her know that she did not know what was going on between her and Tamara. She thought that everything had been, resolved, and that she didn't know that the two of them couldn't coexist. I still don't believe that, but okay. Tamara was like, she said, to me plenty of times, there's nothing going on between me and Greedy. So she don't understand where all this is coming from. The girl is thirsty. Marie once again clarifies that she didn't know about any of this. So Tamara in her confession was like, at this point, I don't even know who I can trust. And she tired of talking about the decorator child. The girls then congratulate Aikisha on a successful event and everything. And it's a really good come to Jesus moment for the ladies. But Marie still feels some awkwardness there between her and Tamara. She just feels like there's just something off there. So we see Marie, Essie, and Leticia go searching for Marie's mom, who has been missing for 2 weeks. Marie has not spoken to her. She hasn't seen her. And of course, she's weary. So her and the girls, along with the camera crew, are in a white van. They then go around the hood looking for her. So Marie goes to numerous houses asking, people in the neighborhood, have they seen Lula, which is her mom's name or nickname. Essie and them are afraid because they in a bad neighborhood, and they just see Marie going up to these people's houses. It seems like the houses though that she walked up to were houses of people that she knew from the old neighborhood. So one of the people by the name of Diana said that they saw her around the corner at this trap house, and Marie goes over to the trap house, and lo and behold, Lula is there. So she like, Mama, where have you been? I've been calling you. I haven't heard from you in 2 weeks. And her mama was like, I've been around here. I've been around the corner on Meadow Street, hanging out with my boyfriends. Hey there, Miss Essie. And then you hear the mama talk underneath her breath and was like, what about the camera people? Don't do that. Look, I ain't going nowhere. I got my cigarettes. I'm going to go back in there. Just play it off. Get in the truck and give me $30. Get in the truck. And Marie was like, come down to Diana's house with me. And she was like, you gonna get me to Diana's house? And she was like, yeah. She was like, well, look, give me 20 minutes. And Marie was like, I ain't got 20 minutes. Come on. She was like, all right, here I come. Let me go back in the house real quick. So they sitting there waiting on her. And Marie tells the girls like she ain't want me here at the damn trap house or whatever. And before Lula even went in the house, she said, you know better than to do this. So basically, of course, she lied to Marie when she said she was going to come back. She wasn't going to come back. She wanted that $30 so she can continue to get high. And she knew that if she left with Marie, Marie wouldn't have let her come back to the house. Second of all, she was upset because Marie brought the camera crew to the trap house, which is a no-no. Like, she could get hurt for that. You know what I'm saying? They could not want to fuck with her because of that. Like, you putting heat on us. So after waiting 30 minutes, they're told, that they have to leave because it's unsafe. So they end up leaving. And of course, Marie is upset because her mama lied to her. And she was just like, I'm not coming down here looking for her no more. I'm not doing it. This could be the last time I see her. Like, it's just sad that her addiction keeps on taking a hold of her and winning because she was doing so good. And I feel so sad for Marie because she is going through a lot with her own illnesses, dealing with the death of her grandson's mom, helping raise her grandson as well as her children, dealing with her own marriage, dealing with the show, dealing with her businesses, dealing with her oldest son. It's just a lot to be dealing with and going through. And then on top of that, you got to deal with your mom and her addiction and worrying about her. I just feel so bad for that lady. Like, she literally goes through it all and tries to keep her head above water, and it's just sad. It's just truly, truly sad. And I pray that her mother can come out of this somehow, some way, because Marie doesn't deserve this. She really honestly doesn't. See Latrice back home with Zeddy. She had an emergency phone call stating that he'd been hurt on the job. He was sawing a limb or whatever off the tree and end up cutting his arm almost to the bone. So she had to, of course, go rush to the hospital, go be with him. And they're back at home and they're discussing how, they hadn't been speaking when all this happened. And she was like, God forbid something bad happened to him. And we were on bad terms. And he was like, this is what I be talking about. If something happens to one of us, you don't have anybody to, have to be there for you and to leave your legacy for. And she says that she doesn't like his tone when they have conversations. Like, he talked to her and chastises her like he's her daddy. And I was like, you call him daddy, so he's gonna act like he's your daddy. Okay. So then she says that, she's been stressed out. Her period hasn't come on and she thinks she could be pregnant, but she really doesn't want to know. But she takes the test. Of course, she's not pregnant. Daddy is disappointed. I could almost see, though, in her confessional that when he was talking about being disappointed, she got choked up. She knows how important this is for him. She gonna end up giving that man a baby. I don't really honestly truly believe that she just flat out don't want to have kids for some reason. I think this might just be a storyline for her. I don't know. It just doesn't seem genuine to me. I think that they're going to get pregnant and she's going to end up being a great mom and so in love with having kids, much like Ashley Darby was on Real Housewives of Potomac. Leticia and Glenn decide to do couples counseling together. This was something that Glenn decided that, they should do to show that, he's really in this and he's really trying. So they do it at Leticia's office. And they sit down with the counselor, and Glenn states that he hurts more than she does because he knows that he's the one that caused all of this and he's the reason why they're in this predicament. So he's just so hurt. Nigga, you don't hurt more than she do. So you can stop with that because you wasn't hurting when your ass was out here doing what the hell you was doing 50 million times, fucking all these goddamn other women and having a goddamn baby on her. Boy, sit down some damn word, your lying ass. So, he then goes on to tell the counselor that Leticia grew in another direction and that he didn't know how to handle it. And he took her prioritizing work as neglect. And Leticia was like, no matter what, I will always need him. I never wanted him to feel like I didn't need him anymore. So Glenn was like, I felt like she didn't stand by my side when I was crying out for help. And she was like, crying out for help for what? Like, huh? And he was like, I was dealing with depression. I would have picked up on that with you without you saying the word. And she was like, See, I don't like when you do that. I don't like when you try to manipulate me, pretty much is what she was trying to say. And she was like, I don't know who I'm getting. I don't know which Glenn I'm going to get on which day because this nigga literally got like 50,000 personalities. And she was like, I don't know if I'm getting the Glenn that's pulling puppet strings to get me to come back. And she even said in her confessional that she hopes he's not using depression to play on her emotions because he knows that she's going to go above and beyond for him to be there for him. So she's hoping that he's not playing on her heartstrings. And niggas will do that because women will do it. Niggas will do it, honey. So I knew exactly where she was coming from with that. Exactly. So Glenn was like, how you going to tell me what I'm going through? And the counselor was like, Leticia, let me ask you this. Do you love him? And she was like, yes. And he was like, are you in love with him? And she pauses. And I feel like Glenn is going through it, but I still don't feel like he 100% gets the severity of what he's done and how she not playing with his ass this time. And I really hope that she continues to hold his feet against the fire because he done played in her face way too many times for me to believe that if she takes him back, he's going to be the husband that she has been wanting him to be. So Leticia answers, honestly, she was like, I don't know. I'm scared to be in love with him. And, she breaks down and starts crying. And Glenn was like, to me, it just seemed like it's over. And she was like, but I'm here. I see hope. She was like, basically she just felt like a hypocrite because she out here teaching women how to be the best version of themselves. And she just not learning how to be the best version of herself. Like, how can I be out here preaching to women to not tolerate no bullshit? And I'm over here being cheated on, lied to, manipulated over and over and over again. And I felt the same way back in the day when me and Monique had asked Keisha and Mo. That was the first version of our Q&A with you guys, the viewers, where you guys would send us in questions about your family, your love life, whatever, and we would give you guys advice. And I felt like a hypocrite because I was over here giving you guys advice about relationships and I wasn't being honored or valued in my own, and I was allowing somebody to emotionally and mentally abuse me. So it wasn't until I worked on myself and got out of that toxic relationship that I felt confident with us coming back with Since You Asked. Which, do we need to bring Since You Asked back? Let us know down below in the comment section who gonna participate. So I understood exactly where Leticia was coming from. So she's crying and Glenn consoles her and he's trying to act like, he's so concerned. And the counsel was like, trust can never be broken again. Like, you have to know that if she does decide to take you back, this will be the last time. He was like, I know, I get it. I know, because, I don't never want to go through this again. And so Leticia, her confessional was like, I think it will work this time because I've never moved out the house. And I'm like, girl, that don't mean shit. Like I said, niggas like him just don't change that easily. So it's the season finale episode, which I did not know. And they break down what's going on in the girls' lives at the end. And Marie is done focusing on her mom and her mom's addiction. She's just solely focused on herself and what she got going on. Gucci got a billboard for her real estate business going on. She's focusing on becoming a grandma and their mixed family. Aikisha broke ground on Farish Street. Tamara is moving in with Damon. Latrice is moving locations for her hair store. Leticia, in the end, moved back in with Glen, only to find out that he was still messaging other females. Knew that was going to happen. So next week will be part 1 of a 2-part reunion. I will be dressing up. Yes, ma'am. Wait until y'all get into my judge. Get into my look, honey. I have bought so many gowns, you guys, for all the upcoming reunions on these reality shows. And I cannot wait to slay the girls. Yes, ma'am. And the ladies looked so pretty. I can't wait to break down the fashions and everything. So, we did get to see that on part 1, I guess, or either some point in part 1 or 2, that the DNA test results regarding Glenn and his baby will be revealed, child. This is a hot ghetto mess. Latrice and Marie are back into it again, child. Damon will be questioned about Keisha. Aikisha and Leticia gonna be going back and forth about who the queen be of the group, I guess. Whew, it's gonna be a mess. But the whole time, y'all gonna see I was just sitting pretty. Sitting pretty in my gown, because I could care less. Overall, though, I'll give the season finale of Belle Collective, I'm gonna give tonight's episode a B minus. A B minus. It was good. It was good. Let me know what you guys thought down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.